Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. Here this side, Yash, and we have Ali over here. And in this session, I'll be going step by step on how you can actually create viral t shirt designs for viral trends that are coming, for occasions, for festivals, and for different days, and how you can actually sell them. What are the mediums? What are the ways? How you can promote them? How you can perfectly create them? What is the best strategy? And all the cool stuff using Artistly. And it's going to be very intense training. So if you are not able to hear anything, or if you're not able to see anything before we start and before the plane takes off, let us know in the comment section, and we're looking in the just say all good, Yash. Let's get this rolling, and we'll get this rolling again. All right, perfect. All right, everybody. Hi, I hope everyone is doing good, and let's get this thing rolling. All right, so here's the layout will be cool. I'm showing you. One second, I'm going to share my entire screen right now. And I hope my screen is visible. Is my screen visible
Yeah,
perfectly? Awesome, perfect. So here's how you can launch your t-shirt business with AI tools. Okay, it's a six-step guide that we'll be talking about how you can actually profitably start print-on-demand business. Well, this is not just like, okay, take some designs there, sell them there. No. I actually went through the problems that we face. Sales are not coming, traffic is not coming, designs are not good, promotion strategies, right? Not picking the right niche market, right? Or your designs are not poor, right? Like what all the problems and all the failures, right? All the problems that where you get stuck, where I got stuck, right? I've kind of made it perfect for you, right? So this is a six-step guide. Okay, step number one, we're gonna talk about finding niche. It's very important. People go there and just like try to swim into this red ocean of what everyone is doing. You gotta find your niche, right? And niche meaning it does not have to be something that a lot of people get, and I kind of go against that thing. Is something sometimes you don't have to do something that you're more passionate about. You can, but for example, finding niche is very what will make you money, right? What will get you sales. That's the whole point of finding the niche. If I find the niche tomorrow, that is, I know that Mother's Day are coming and a lot of people want to buy t-shirts and these print on demand t-shirts for their moms. I might not be interested in creating like mom designs, but if that what sells, I'm going to combine that with my unique perspective. And that's where niche finding is basically not just following your passion, but trying to basically leverage what is already working with your passion. And I'll be giving you my niche picking framework. We'll be using some tools, free tools, completely free tools like Google Trends, Pinterest Audience Insights, Keyword Explorer, TikTok, YouTube, all the thing. The passion that you love, the problem that you're gonna solve, and the profit, basically the market demand. Okay. Step number two, I'll be showing you how you can instantly create, okay, winning t-shirt design. So all you gotta do, and it's not just one idea, one design or two design. In Artistly, we created this beautiful, this amazing AI agent that we have trained with thousands of winning designs, and you just give it an idea, it gives you like 10 designs in one click. That's what possible. Okay, so why 1 second, oops, my slide got crazy. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so basically it helps you with bulk generation, with all the designs, and you just gotta put the idea. You don't have to spend a lot of time thinking about it, or a lot of times of thinking about what to do, right? Step number three, okay, now we're going to visualize your t-shirts on realistic models, and that's what sells, right? Because you got these t-shirt markups, or you got these t-shirt designs, right? The problem is how you're going to sell, right? You need someone wearing them, showcasing them for your listings, for your websites, for your social media, for your ads, for posts, whatever it is, right? Again, we created this, we upgraded our mockup creator, and it creates beautiful mockups with your logos, with men models, women models, group markups, children models, and all that. It boosts your conversion rates. It increases the number of people click on you because it's exciting, right? It seems they can see it, they can visualize what's gonna happen when they wear it. So excuse me, yeah, and it just gives you a premium brand image, right? So that's step number three. Step number four, we're going to talk about how you can remove the backgrounds, upscale those images, and convert them print format ready to connect with any print on demand services like Printful and Printify. We're going to give you the review on what's the best according. There are a lot of there's Gelato over there, there's Printful there, there's Printify and all that. So we're gonna talk about that, like what basically all the errors that you face, the rejection, so you don't make the mistakes that we did. Okay, so step number 5. Now you're ready, good to go. You got your designs, you got your virtual models. What are you gonna do? We're gonna talk about product listings. You can list them on Amazon Merch. There's a huge market there, but we call it Merch by Amazon. But unfortunately, that's an invitation-only platform, and you're not just limited to that. You can put on Redbubble, which is like free to do. You can do it on Etsy, which charges like a 7% fee on transaction and 20 cents per listing and stuff like that. We will show you all the possible methods and marketplaces that you can list these designs on with keyword-rich titles, benefit-focused descriptions, and proper tag and everything, and connecting them properly with these fulfillment partners so that you don't have to manually, get the design printed and ship it. You don't have to do all at all. If you're selling in USA, if you're selling in UK, if you're selling in Australia, if you're selling in Canada, it works perfectly across the board. The fulfillment process will look something like this. 1 second. Yeah, it will look something like this. Customer orders it. It automatically orders the thing to your print on demand. They will print it, they'll ship it, delivery, you get your cut, whatever the commission or the additional thing that your markup, right? That's your margin, right? Number 6, this is where it's fun, right? Now promotion, right? 90% of the print on demand sellers fail because they are not able to promote it, right? Like nobody is gonna know that you have a fantastic product without you actually putting it out there on the internet, right? Without you advertising it. But when we talk about advertising, it always comes down to spending money, getting an ROI, and things like this. In the time that we are right now, it's kind of a little bit tricky. If you have never done it before, then what's the best way? The best way is organic traffic. But hey, Yash, listen to this. Organic traffic is kind of dying, right? Like my posts are not getting likes, my posts are not getting those views that you used to get. How do we do that? Then now we're talking the secret sales getting strategy, free strategy that not a lot of people are talking about. It's very shocking, and it's very interesting that there's the secret feature that Instagram has rolled out that literally pushes your videos and your images to newer people apart from your followers. That means even if you're starting with 0 followers, you can have eyeballs coming to your store, even if you're starting from scratch, from new people, from people who have this buying intent. I'll be showing you the strategy, the hashtag strategies, that are required there. But basically, most important than your hashtags is this trial reel hack that's gonna blow your mind. Not a lot of people are talking about this, but just turning this feature on, you're gonna have the massive flood, I would say, with flood of new people who has never been interacted with you, because that's what the algorithm is trying to push people to use this. And this, because it's an early platform, it's giving advantage to a lot of early adopters, sharing that with you. Anyway, so final words, okay? Now this is the layover. The only reason I want to go with step-by-step approach, so that step 1 is this, step 2 is this, and this whole printout or handout, I'll be giving that to you after the training is done. We'll be posting that in the description. But the idea here is to keep generating the designs. You build your audience as you start from your scratch with this trial reel hack. You analyze your performance, you post them consistently, and create a reliable source of business and reliable source of income. So how does that sound to you guys? Let me know in the chat box. Does that sound good? Sounds exciting? You want you want me to go in detail into something? Because now I'll be showing you step by step. Okay, now we'll be getting our hands on to Artistly application and going into the application, and whatever I just showed you, I'll be doing that in front of you, creating designs, creating markups, listing them, your marketing strategy, your promotions, your niche finding. All right, cool, awesome. Let's do that. All right, niche finding. How do you do that, right? So, for example, I use this tool, which I highly recommend everyone. Okay, by the way, this is a free training, guys. Just so you know, right? Before, like it just blows my mind, right? for this kind of training that you're gonna get today, right? I don't know how long it's gonna last because we're gonna go super intense. This kind of training, people sell for like thousands. You get this for thousands of dollars from all the gurus out there, and I'm literally, and the information that might not be relevant in this day and age time in this economy right now. But this is the latest and greatest and up-to-date information that will cost you thousands of dollars, but you are getting it for absolutely free by just attending this workshop and this live stream. So just please just drop your comments, share as much as you can, and it just motivates us a lot. And by the way, we are 100% live. This is not a salesy webinar. It sounds like a salesy webinar, but nothing's going to come at the end of the time. It's just going to be pure value, and you're going to love this. All right, perfect. Awesome. So number one, we use something called Keywords Planner. Okay, and this is number one strategy. Number one, why to pay thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars every single month to this keyword research tool when the big mammoth Google is giving you everything for free, right? All you gotta do is just go to Google Ads, or you can just even go to just search for Keyword Planner Google Ads, and it will take you here. It will ask you to sign up, excuse me, and it will ask you to sign up. It will ask you for a credit card as well. Don't worry about that. Don't panic. It's not gonna cost you any money. It's just that what happens is Google is trying to encourage spending on their ads. You're not spending any money on the ads. It's just that it's their way of like, okay, you're serious about your business, So just do that sign up process. Once you're there, into the tool sections, inside the planning section, you see Keywords Planner. Okay, discover new keywords, and this is the holy grail of whole niche research. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a recent scenario, right? In 2 days, Mother's Day is coming, right? I know it's kind of like very late to do this training because we are just fine tuning this whole thing, but you can do this for any festive function, day, holiday, occasion, whatever it is, right? So for example, t-shirts for mom, gifts. Okay, so for example, I'm just gonna say that, right? And let's say where you want to sell, right? I don't want to sell in India, for example. If I want, I can, but I want to sell in the United States, for example, or I can, wherever you want to sell it, right? So let's see, United States, get results. Let's see, now here's the thing, right? Now that's very interesting, right? That's very interesting. Now, if you see something, look at that something really interesting stat, right? T-shirts for mom gets like an average searches of 10 to 100. That's like nothing. If you compare like 3 searches a day, you need to be in the range of 1,000 to 10,000, specifically like 3-month range, which is a 900% gain, because obviously Mother's Day is coming. So, you would do that. But the approach that you follow, and it's the best approach, is it helps you come up with ideas for keywords, number one, because you will be using some of these keywords in your listing on Etsy, Printful, wherever it is. Number two, it's also going to help you when you actually ask Artistly to create you some design. So you get some really, really cat mom shirt, interesting, funny mom, free mom hugs shirt. That's interesting. So I'm looking at this. So if you hover over this average monthly searches, it will just mama t-shirt, mom shirts, mommy and me shirts, funny mom, Mother's Day mom t-shirts. And for example, and you can kind of give it more idea. So say gifts for a mom, for example, right? Or so say shirt gifts, t-shirt gift, for example, right? And it just kind of give you more idea of finding Father's Day shirts, Father's Day t-shirts, dad shirts, Father's Day, personalized dad's Day shirts. So whatever industry, and then you can even confirm. So there's another thing that I verify that. A lot of times what happens is, let's say if I remove this t-shirt gift, if I remove the Mom's Day thing, I see a lot of trends. Specifically, it's coming towards Father's Day as well, right? And you see like 3-month change. That means in the last 3 months, this thing saw like a 900,000 increment, right? personalized funny Father's Day shirts. That's interesting. T-shirts, right? Best day T-shirt, best dad T-shirt. So that's good. So I got some personalized grandma shirts, personalized. Okay, I kind of got that idea because let's say we're planning for Father's Day, right? Or it does not have to be for any specific day. You can just do like, okay, people who love spiritual things, people who are entrepreneur. It's just that, for example, right? So gifts for dad, for example, right? This gives you more idea, but you will get some cues to put it in your listing and for some ideas, right? So these might not be relevant for your t-shirts. I will remove it. I'll just say t-shirts, right? Just basic stuff, right? So that we understand like where's the trend is. And custom t-shirts, UFC t-shirt, right? So might some of these are like branded, so you might not be able to go there, but you would get like Palm Angel t-shirts, right? For example, you'll see all these different ideas, right? Custom photo t-shirts, right? And all these, so you can go from there. And then let's say I'm just gonna remove this and we're gonna just keep it with that, with our main hook, which is, let's say I want to go after let's say dad's one sec dad t-shirts, Father's Day t-shirts, right? So for example, Father's Day t-shirt, it has a decent volume, 10,000 to 100,000 people are searching for it. I'm just gonna go for that, right? So all right, now that's done. All I'm gonna do is come to Google Trends, right? It's a free, just go to Google Trends and then Father's Day t-shirts. Now it's in India, it's set as in India. Just do like United States, or you can do any country that you're planning, like you're from, and just do like past 5 hours. Oh, sorry, my bad. Past 5 years, right? So you would see whenever it peaks, right? So it kind of peaks and kind of goes down. It kind of peaks, kind of goes down. In June, it's coming. So it's a good idea to start preparing so you can maximize on that trend, and then you can do some evergreen designs as well, and you can see from which specific sub-regions that it is it's coming from, like Mississippi and New Jersey and New Mexico, and you'll see some interesting data that you would not like, specifically from Louisiana and all these states. There's a lot of demand. So anyways, this comes helpful there. But now let's come to there, right? Let's go to Artistly, right? So what you gotta do, step number 2, go to Artistly and come to AI design agents. Okay, now you'll see t-shirt designs over here, right? This is completely updated right now, right? So what you would do is you would do something like funny, right? Funny, like with our categories, funny. You can do custom categories as well, like others. You can put like spiritual and motivational and inspirational and blah blah, right? We do funny, and we do 10 quantities, like 10 designs I want. And it's for Father's Day. Simple. Target audience. Again, due to high demand, this feature could take 5 to 10 minutes. Generally, it can be faster, but generally that takes that much. We're doing all the research, coming up with the unique ideas. Anyways, that's our target audience, but we say for fathers, right? For hardworking fathers, right? Cool. For fathers, for you can do any audience, right? For hardworking fathers, for example, and generate the designs. Now what's gonna do? It's gonna it's gonna take all this data. It's gonna run behind the scenes, and just like this, it's gonna give you these 10 designs. Let's wait until they get processed, but you get some designs like these, right? Designs like these. So I did it for like moms, like designs like these. Now the beautiful part is, right? Now that's step number 2. That's how you would generate the design. So far, are we good with that? Are we clear here? Sell to the people with a high demand, but it's already selling in a different stage. Here's the one thing. I had a t-shirt category, and then next year would be like funny humor, that kind of thing. I wish I had like another subcategory. Okay, that subcategory suggestion is a really good suggestion. We can have it, but believe me, you can just put everything inside your target audience category, and it will work like crazy. Okay, So, okay, now, all right. So I'm just gonna share my screen now. All right, now our designs came out, and they came out pretty good, honestly. So let me show you. Right, 1 second. All right. Okay. So you know, uh, it's pretty cool. It thinks about it, right? It's like like for uh, these things reminds me what my dad used to say, right? Whenever I ask him to do something, or I ask him for some favors, and all, I say, ask your mother. It's funny, right? And fixed it again, right? Because whenever these little things like plumbing or stuff like that, those little fixes, or like our battery, like we have this battery, when the light cuts off, the battery runs, right? So inverter, we call that, right? When that got screwed up, we call it dad, because dad always fixes it, right? Somehow or the other, right? So you got these dad mode activity. You got some nap time is my time, right? You got these beautiful designs that will crush it, right? Now the thing is, how do you sell it? How do you, like, these will, and again, you can generate some of them that did not like the my dad can beat to lift your yeah, some funny designs, dad jokes loading, dad the man the myth, some unique designs, and some designs you can always regenerate them. So for example, this design, I like it, but it came out on a t-shirt. So if it does, you can just click on regenerate, click on high quality, and regenerate it. A lot of times, it's AI, so sometimes it always kind of gives you in these kind of design that are ready to use. But somewhere or the other, if it does not, you know it kind of you can always use that way, right? Now you got these design, what are you gonna do, right? So let's think about it, right? So let's go to our strategy plan. Okay, we found the niche, we created the design, it's time to create the markups. Okay, let's do that. Okay, cool. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna come to markup creator. By the way, stay till the end, because I have something exciting update and news for you. Okay, regarding artistry. Anyways, so you come to Mockup Creator, and you click on choose from library. And then when you click on choose from library, it will load up that the man, the myth, all these unique, like how it came out, like these designs, you can actually put them on a t-shirt, right? I said dad mode activated, right? For example, I like this, right? So now, before it used to be like a complicated process, and sometimes the markup does not came out, you have to waste, I mean, honestly speaking, I admit that it's not user friendly, it's not good. You guys told that to improve it, we did it. Okay, and it's the best markup creator right now. Okay, so here's what's gonna do. This is step number. The only thing all you gotta do is see this very beautiful, right? So say photo of man wearing t-shirt, and t-shirt has, oops, sorry, t-shirt has complete design on it. Now here's what we're doing, right? We're saying I want a photo of a man. You can say American man or whatever it is. You can specify something like Australian man, Indian man, stuff like that. Photo of man wearing t-shirt, and t-shirt has complete design on it, right? And you could do this with your logos, and you could do this with your designs and all that, right? So now what it's gonna do, I'm gonna create it again, right? I'll show you how powerful it is, right? So I'm gonna do that again. So I'm gonna do fixed it again. I like this. I like this. I would like, it would be so cool if my dad wears it, so it's very interesting. So let's say photo of man standing in wearing, okay, so photo of a man wearing a t-shirt in the garden, standing in the garden, right? And I would say t-shirt has complete design on it. Okay, and just a full stop, just for that time being, right? Now what's gonna do, uh it's gonna create that design, and then it's gonna have that complete perfect design. I'm gonna show you that again, right? So for example, let's say nap time is my turn, right? For example, let's say we do this dad mode activated again, just want to show you, right? sometimes you have this photo of man wearing t-shirt, and t-shirt has complete design on it, right? It's going to generate the design. Oh, sorry, generate the markup. Now the beauty here is the more the detail the prompt is, the better it comes out. So for example, I'll show you some of the things while this is generating, right? So I created these designs for like spiritual category, like rooted in faith and all this. And you see how good it came. Look at that, right? Like even if I show you in the new tab, look at that, perfect it is, right? It's good to showcase. It's good to have that. It has that all the things that you necessary to kind of showcase your t-shirts, right, and designs, and that's the power there, right? So I'm just gonna refresh it 1 second so that um while our thing, by the way, while this is generating, let's see. So for any questions, let's see. Had three ellipses, please. How do I access the AI design agent? By the way, you can just go to Fast Designer, and in there you have AI design agent, Jeff. So awesome, perfect. Mockup is the one you can't use unless you go to the higher tier right now. Oh, yeah. So we got these different plans. We'll come, we talk about this different plans, what plans, and because, anyways, I think we only have two plans, right? We have a commercial plan and we have an unlimited plan. Though, if you're on a commercial plan, you can get like a complete plan with just a one-time upgrade of Elite. So you can probably do that. And now I'll just show you, right? So 1 second. All right. So now I'm going to show you something really, really cool, right? So while this is generating, now what it's gonna do, right? It's gonna generate you these designs that you can then have these designs on as your ad or on your post or anything like that, and you can use that right here. Can we use AI with Spanish language and English? Actually, you can convert it to English, so that's the best approach. But I'll just show you, right? So, and you can have can we can do same process with jewelry. Yes, with mockup creator, you might not be able to do the same process with jewelries, but we have a different, we call AI product influences for that. I'm going to show you 1 second. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so as you can see, this is the first design that came out, pretty good. You can have this, with a different background and all that. You can just play with this, right? Because the beauty with Artistly is you can create any number of designs, for a one-time cost, and that's where it kind of shines. Where you don't have to worry about running out of credits or you're fixed it again. For example, so let's say photo of man wearing t-shirt and t-shirt, and you can play with it, right? So let's play with this, right? T-shirt has complete design on it, right? A lot of times what happens is you don't have to say complete design. You can just say like a logo, or nap time is my time, for example, right? So I can say photo of, and you can just copy paste it. You don't have to mom recommend wearing t-shirt, and t-shirt has complete design on it, and you can just copy paste it. I'm just gonna copy paste and start doing it again and again, but I'll just show you, right, how powerful it is while it's generating. So you can do this with all your designs one by one. So I like to ask your mother as well. Let's just do that. Okay. And then as slowly you kind of understand that the whole process of creating your mockups, you're gonna get very good at this. And by the way, just like how I'm doing, I'm gonna show you with another one, right? So let's say we're gonna do dad fuel, right? So that is also interesting. Let's do with that. Was okay is that, right? So you can do that photo of an American man, or you can say photo of a man wearing t-shirt, and you can say t-shirt has logo on it, or you can say like if you have your own logo and stuff like that, you could possibly say that, right? And let these sit there and generate while I cover some of your questions. Can you sell t-shirts with AI art? Absolutely, 100%. It just, t-shirts are not like the thing where it asks you if it is an AI generated or not. It's just your art the showcasing. Like for example, I got this t-shirt done, right? Now nobody asked that it's an AI generated or no. It's just that, like a cool swag thing that you would wear to kind of, like your identity, or somebody is gifting, you like it and stuff like that, right? Yes, you can. There are many people like have Teespring store, however, make sure. All right, perfect. So some of the questions are coming in. While these are getting generated, I know a lot of you guys wanted these step-by-step approach. So that's I'm very happy with number now that I've seen this. Yep, 100%. Like you can do so many amazing stuff. So I'm just gonna show you, right? So check this out. So some designs started coming out. It just takes like few seconds, or something like that, based on, or your internet connection right now and the live kind of scenario. So I'll just show you like that, right? So you can have, so based on what you give it a keyword, and you can have this in different backgrounds. You can have this in different you can sometimes you can prompt it the way you want it. And sometimes, like for example, this one didn't came out like I didn't have my, it's AI, right? It's 90% of the time it's going to be perfect, but sometimes you got that, but you got this weird little thing. So you can, all the nap time is my time, you got that. How cool is that, right? So I mean, same thing you would not be able to find on these pre-created templates, right? You will not be able to do that. And believe me, right, as I'm saying it, most of the time what you're gonna find is, after a try or two, you're gonna get, right, initial designs, as I was saying, right? Sometimes design kind of, it's first time, it's kind of understanding that design. I understand that the second time it always gives you the perfect. So just give it like a two try and all that. We are working on giving you more quantity options. Look at that, how cool is this, right? And you can just play with it, right? Play with it and say more like a 45-year-old man or stuff like that, right? So that's kind of well, okay, is that, and you can kind of play with that and do all sorts of crazy stuff, right? So far I'll be cool here. Perfect. Let me know, type yes in the chat box, right? So just asked to create a man wearing and NAI did it absolutely, right? So you can do so many. Can we face swap? 100%. We are coming there. You can actually do some personalized ads with like face swaps and all that. We're gonna come there. But are we clear? 3 steps: niche finding, t-shirt designs, and your markups. Are we all clear with that? All right, perfect. Now let's do print ready approach. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Here's what I mean by that. You want, by the way, now here's the time to drop some hanger news. Okay, so I should not be sharing this with you all. It should be secret. It should be there, but I cannot hold my excitement. So here's what's gonna happen. Not just with all the updates that are coming right now, we're coming with Artistry 5.0, and all those of you guys who got your commercial license, unlimited license, you'll be getting access to a latest and new update of Artistry 5.0 very soon. Okay, probably gonna happen sooner than I expect, but I'm just gonna drop, so you don't have to worry about it when it's gonna happen and all that. Whenever it's gonna happen, I promise I'll be the first one coming on this live stream and sharing you all the crazy stuff. What is possible with that, I just let you decide, because everything you demanded and more is there. It's gonna be in there. It's Artistry 5.0. It's free upgrade for every user, right? And it's just crazy. And I just want to drop that bomb there. All right. Anyways, I'll let you keep thinking. Anyways, so now face swap designs. What are we gonna do there, right? So here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna generate these designs. So what you're gonna do, you see this little pencil icon here, right? So click on it, click on open link in the new tab. I'm doing it, you don't have to do it. But what's gonna do, it's gonna take you to like your designer tab, which we have our canvas editor that lets you do all sorts of things like remove the background, upscaling it, and all the kind of crazy stuff like I did for other images. All you gotta do is just click on remove background, because you need designs, right? You can, but it's only gonna work on a black t-shirt. What if someone wants a green t-shirt? What if someone wants a blue t-shirt? What if someone wants a like any t-shirt, right? I mean, so see, I got this design over here, and I can import this design over here. And I'm just gonna show you how it looks like. So if I more, you see how it perfectly blends with. So I like with the brownish color and the black, like a dark tone black and the gray. And not does not suit very well with gray, but different styles you can sell, right? It gives you more SKUs, as we say, and it gives you more varieties of colors, right? So now, as you got these design, what you have to do, just put like a black color over there in the background, so you can move this design, by the way. And then what you can do something really interesting. You can do kind of upscale and upscaler. Oh, by the way, 5.0 is coming up with a crazy upscaler, by the way, just letting you know. This thing upscales like 4K. Now we're doing more than that. It's crazy stuff. Anyways, so it's gonna upscale your design so that even if you like stretch it, does not it fits across all the platforms on your listing sites. If to add this image in your canvas, you just have to click on it. So I'm just gonna delete this. Oops, my bad. I did the wrong one. Anyways, so you see these two designs. The second one, the latest one, will be the upscale one, right? So you can see that, and it looks like pretty sharp, right? As you can probably notice it, but it looks pretty sharp. And then what you can do, I just can like download this. I can just remove the background. Like make the background blur. Oh, not the blur. Sorry, white. I can just have this, and I can have like a PDF. Oh, sorry, my bad. Not a PNG. Export PNG. I'm gonna have something like this, right? 1 second. You're gonna have something like this, a PNG. It's not a black color behind it. It's just a PNG. And then now we're gonna come to like a product listing, how you would list on your sites, like like, sorry, my bad. I lost my train of thought. Anyways, like how you list on Redbubble, Etsy, and all that. Now, before I talk about that, let's do something interesting, okay? Listing and all that, we kind of covered that before and all. I kind of know that. Let's take it to let's skip one step, right? We're gonna come back to the step, but let's talk about the promotion. That's crazy because that's where you would get all the traction, right? And I want to show you something actually with my phone, because we all have these phones and we have all Instagram platform and all that. And this is something that you can do. And then listing, Ali will be showing with the listing process and how you do it on Etsy, connect with the Printful, how you can connect with Printful and all these designs and all that, right? So far, is the upscaler going to make it 300 DPI? So no way, yes. So basically for 300 DPI, you can you show how to download the images? I see it now. Perfect. Yes, dynamic AI tech. Yes, you can actually do that. Oh, by the way, dynamic AI tech. I think I saw some of your videos. They were pretty nice. Keep up the good work. I saw you doing a lot of review videos. So great stuff. Yeah. Anyways, so that's the thing, right? So that's the design part. We talked about the markup parts. We talked about getting your sites, remove the background, upscale it, conversion to DPI. Upscale is gonna do, like, right now we do like a 4K upscale, and soon with the 5.0 update that you're gonna have that very 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 soon. You're gonna be like, it's just crazy. All right, now I'm gonna show you some really interesting part now. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my phone, right, and we all have Instagram and everything, right? I wish I can show you with like this thing, but this probably I'm gonna upgrade my desktop to like an Apple, and then I can screen mirror it. But anyways, so here's the thing, right? Don't forget to click like, right? Yep, 100%. So here's the thing. Here's the interesting thing. Okay, here's the interesting thing. So when you actually create these model images, right, with your designs, you have to download them, right? Now, there's a one interesting thing that I want to show, that before you do it, I just want to show you that part. If you come here and if I go there, in the media library, you can actually import all your designs. You don't have to like download them one by one. So if I just import this, and maybe this, so it's much easier. You can like import it. You don't have to like do it manually. Now, one thing, what I suggest you to do is smart expand and do like 9 by 16. That's an interesting approach there. what's gonna do, it's gonna make your image like vertical that suits on these platforms, and then the way you're gonna advertise them. So I'm just gonna let this happen and just talk to you while it is happening. The reason why that happens, the reason why we're doing it, because all these platforms are like vertical, right? We saw them on Instagram, we saw them on YouTube and all that. So anyways, now what do you do on your Instagram? You see something like, 1 second. I'm just gonna show like a different Instagram account, like like an artistry account. All right, Simon said like an artistry account, right? And you will see something like a plus icon over here, right? So like a plus icon over there, right? So you would see your profile, your reels, your search, and a plus, right? So now what that plus is gonna do, it's gonna pick up and it's gonna open up your camera, your library, and all the kind of cool stuff, right? So I'm just gonna show that. Okay, so 1 second. Yeah. So okay. So now what's gonna happen? It opens up your library, right? So it opens up all the, like, for example, it opens up this your entire, like my entire library, and it opens up like, what do you want to do? You want to do post, story, reel, and live. It's gonna do all that, right? So here's the interesting thing. This feature only gets enabled when you my yeah, so try it one more time, try it like a few times, and it will get it where you want it, because you saw with this one as well. This is for Media 3 Group Interactive, and you get the perfect design, right? Anyways, so you'll see post, story, reel, and it allows you to select all your images. I'm going to select like one image, so I'm going to keep, so it's a scrollable, right? You can do story, reel, live, um yeah. So one thing before I see your questions, guys. So make sure you say complete design, because most of the time when you give it like a perfect prompt, it does a really really good job, as you already saw that. Sometimes that, if you don't, sometimes it takes like a upper part of the design, sometimes it takes the middle part of the design and stuff like that. Just give it like a complete design thing, and it will do that, and you can play with the prompt. I'll show you anyways. So what do is you pick any image, right? So for example, there is, when I click on the plus icon, it will open up your media library, and you're gonna see reels, story, post. So what you want to do, you want to do reels, and you want to pick the image, right? You want to pick your demo image, the model image that you downloaded, that you just got it from your uh, thing. And that's now is where it's magic. Okay, now I'll show you something, right? So 1 second. Now this is where it's very very interesting. I'm just gonna close back all the tabs and getting this. Okay, I'm just gonna start again. Now this is where, and sometimes what happens, this is a lot of times. I'm just gonna show this. Okay, anyways, so you're gonna do this, right? So it's gonna appear like a mini reel, right? Yeah, so it's gonna appear like this mini reel, right? It's not a video. You can actually do this video, and that's where the capability with Video Express 2.0, you'll be able to get all your designs and have them like moving, walking, doing some actions and all that. We're gonna cover about that. For now, you can use this and have something on your social media, and you can actually have a branded approach. So you can think from like your vision, like, okay, I wanna do like I want to create designs for veterans, for linemen, for for dads, for people who are into trading, people who are into entrepreneurs. So you can actually create these branded stores that has a lot of tremendous value as you grow them, right? Anyways, so you can add the like a music here, like a music here and there. Like I can just add like a music. Like you can search for all the trending music and all that. Like it just plays a nice thing. Now I do next, and I'll show you something. This is crazy. Okay, now this is the thing. Okay. So 1 second. So you see something called trial, right? So I'm just gonna show that. So you see something called trial right here. So now what that is gonna do, if you enable that, so here's what's gonna happen. So see, try out content. So it's blurry, but I'm just gonna say that, right? Try out great reel feature from image, right? Try out content with the new audience using trial reels. Here's what it's gonna do. show a trial reel to non-followers. That means 0 followers still will work, right? Or less followers still will work. To get early feedback on whether your content resonates, just tries to find like people who will resonate, probably dads for it, you will see key insights within 24 hours. You just enable that, right? And that's it. Boom, post it, share. That's it. That's for Instagram. You can do the same thing. Like Instagram does not have the Instagram does not have the thing to like your sorry, you can do this with Instagram. Pinterest does not have the feature like this trial thing. But here's the idea, right? It's super great to get more eyeballs. Specifically, like you can instantly have it on your Pinterest. Like these are the two platforms where people search, right? Because a lot of Pinterest came out with their earning reports, right? And they see like a double-digit growth in their monthly active users, and a lot of people not actually perfectly utilized Pinterest, right? And I'll show you something what you can actually do. Yeah, 1 second, show you. Awesome. So 1 second. All right, so now you see it automatically created like, you automatically kind of imagine it kind of created that perfect vertical design, and how powerful that is, right? Imagine someone, scrolling Pinterest, right? A lot of, there's a split on Instagram, or sorry, on Pinterest. So you can just take these pins, or you can take these images, have them created one by one, and then you can have them uploaded on Pinterest. You can link back to your listing website, to your Etsy store, to your Etsy store, to your Redbubble, to your anything, right? Like you name it, right? To your own store if you want. Because my idea is not, this is not just like a one-off of a business that can start and it runs. It kind of drops. It's an actually legitimate business that you're building here, right? You're building a brand, right? Think about it for a second, right? Because for you to do this, like a whole process that we did right now, it would take hands off my avatar chain. Is there any reason? Actually, you can use AI product images, roots. So we'll talk about that. But this completely changes the way we do it, right? Number one, the main part is coming up with designs. What are the platforms available right now? Think about that. I have to do more research. Think about ideas. Spend a couple of hours. Like, and still I'm not sure if my design is gonna convert, because let's be honest, 80% of the designs won't even convert, and that's the status even with big guys over there, right? I'm Amazon, and they say that, right? We get 80% of our revenue from 20% of our product. It's just the nature of the game. Now, are you okay, and would you be willing to spend your weeks and days into crafting that perfect design, and after that you see no sales, and just all your days and energy just got wasted, right? You would not want that. I would not want that for myself. See, 5 minutes, you got 10 designs ready for you. You can generate more. You can generate more ideas, right? The idea here is we already did the heavy lifting for you. And that's what nobody in the market, even biggest of the biggest company, you name it, right? You say Mid-Journey, Ideogram, anyone, nobody has that. Why? Let me tell you the secret. Why? Because those platforms are developed by developers for you, but Artistly is built by your request and for you. See the difference, right? Because we do this every single day. We know this is where you're gonna get stuck. Let me fix that for you. This is where this is where it's gonna have your issues. This is because nobody will tell you, and you see all these designs and everything. You see all these designs. They look cool, and all these templates. But hey, we would want some design that comes that we know sells, right? Like, how does the AI know that this is a funny design and it would sell? Why? Because we took like easily like upwards of 20, 30,000 wild. We got the data from Amazon and Etsy and all. We trained our own algorithms, you know, trained our own AI to do the heavy lifting for you so that you don't have to. How we make the ads with the markups we created now. That's the beauty here, right? Ads are your markups in a way if you think about it. Because my best ads are the ugliest photos that you got. Because your ad right now in this what I'm seeing right now is it's a really good in how to approach. You know, what happens is when you're scrolling, it looks good, right? You know, when I'm scrolling through your Instagram and you're scrolling through Instagram and all that, an ad looks like an ad and immediately creates that a barrier in our mind, like, oh, it's an ad. You know, what's the deal with there? But when your post looks like a genuine post, just like came out from it, it actually, you know, and you probably have noticed that with yourself, the ugliest and the raw, the UGC, more like what is UGC? There's a lot of buzz about UGC. A lot of brand owners and a lot of people and content creators talk about UGC. What is UGC? UGC is a user generated content. That means it seems like a user generated it. I might check it out, right? You could probably say, like, you know, or you could probably say buy now. Oh, sorry, that's an ad. Sorry, my bad. You could probably say, you know, check out on the website in your description and all that. But that's it. That's your markup. Is your money maker, right? And a lot of people, big brands, go to ads library on Meta on Facebook and see what big brands are doing, right? They're not having like a fancy text and all this shit. Like, okay, here's a t-shirt. Here's how it looks on a man, right? Here's this clothing. Here's how it looks on a woman, right? And you know, like, it's not a heavy selling needed over there if you think about that from a sense, right? So you don't have to really polish and publish it. What I would say is going to make your life a lot easier when we're coming with this VE 2.0 update. You'll be able to drag these images and then into VE 2.0 and make them move, make them animate, have them dance, have them speak something, have them walk. So that gives you an additional edge over there, right? So that's the one thing. Another thing, by the way, I see a question regarding the seamless pattern. Same thing. We have got a design agent for a seamless pattern as well, right? Anyways, now the idea here is, guys, is we're not doing something for like a weekend. Are we gonna? Yes, everything is okay, Ali. I know a lot of you are not staying, and everything is good because Ali and I also had the sore throat like last week. I think this week, and we are just yeah. Anyways, so all good and click site can come handy, right? Because you could have your listings and your products on that side and everything. But the core idea here that we are trying to QR code added to the image, that under the upscale version. Can I use a lower one tier? Thank you, because I didn't see that under the upscale version. Actually, you can see. I'll tell you, right? This design agents and all are available only for premium because it costs a lot of money behind the scenes, and that's why we want to use only for people serious about the business. And anything is one time, right? So you don't have to pay anything. Like going for all these updates, and even like Artistly 5.0 that is coming probably in the next few weeks or something. You're gonna get it for absolutely free. Like, it doesn't cost you anything. Anyways, keep updating it. So all the premium features and all the agents and everything are available in a premium plan, and commercial plan is a lower tier plan that allows you all these little things, but with some restrictions, obviously, right? Anyways, so maybe I'm gonna handle this easy. Sure, no problem. I'll just do that. All right. So now my thought process here is we are not thinking about, okay, this is gonna be like good for like a month or two. This is gonna work for you forever. There are people who are still printing and who are still doing a good number in terms of revenue numbers and sales numbers, with doing print on demand selling. Why? Because this is something we are doing mass market, right? Like, I'm wearing this t-shirt, it has zero. That means it has the indication like everyone starts from zero and goes to zero. But the idea here is nobody stops buying that regardless of what happens in the economy, right? I mean, like, this is some of the thing you still will have to, like, obviously there would be like, you might not buy like a luxury, people might not buy a luxurious like a Gucci stuff, they'll buy these, small little gifts here and there, for themselves, for kids, will buy it for their family buy it for the kids, and everything's gonna happen, right? So my approach here is think of it like a long-term business building approach, and don't get stuck like my sister, right? So she comes with ideas and all that, and I always try to explain this to her, which is like, you don't have to be perfect. We gotta have a vision in your mind, right? That means, oh, my colors are not good. What people are gonna think about? Printing has been for digging still for many years. Yeah, exactly. Like what my brand color is gonna look like, what my this color is gonna look like, what people will think about this. You don't actually have to think about all that when you're actually starting out, right? What matters is what matters is, and you have the vision that, okay, this is what I want to build going forward. This is my store, this is my digital asset that I'm building, like a store for this. And you never know that you have this store that is real. People want to buy that business, people want to acquire that and stuff like, and things like these happens, right? Jim Shark, what had happened? It's a print on demand. It started as that. Now it's $1 billion company for gym freaks. That should be the vision. It does not have to be from like, um, um, you know, um, yeah. All right. Anyway, I see your questions. Anyways, yeah. So it does not have to be and perfect start from like tomorrow, but the approach should be like that, right? The approach should be that, okay, I want this thing and I want to go there, but I'm gonna make sure that all the nuts and bolts are in the right place, so that what happens is when this business gets built, and when this kind of, because once you got your vendor design, you don't have to do actually pretty much, because everything is done by your print on demand service sites. All you're gonna do, in your spare time, your free time, your creative time, we all have this um uh you know um uh everyone is gonna have, like, I have my creative time sometimes late night at 2 a.m. Sometimes I have this my creative time at like 4 a.m. So regardless, what I'm trying to pull, what I'm trying to point here is, whenever you have, like, okay, I want to build something, sit for like 30 minutes in your 30-minute setting. Do, like, you don't have to like spend quite a lot of hours into it. Think about it, do all the research mumbo jumbo and waste a lot of hours, go back and forth with designers. You have this nice little tool called Artistly, and you can do everything whatever you want, as long as you know how to speak. And honestly speaking, I understand when you get it for like people who are new. It sometimes can be a little bit tricky. The UX, believe me, 5.0 is going to blow your mind, but at least now if we have 4.0, just watch the tutorials, right? And even interesting thing, we have this latest update section on the right side. You will be updated with all the things, and you will understand. Once you use it for a day or two, you'll kind of get a hang of it. It's like trying to learn a new car, and once you kind of get a hold of it, you can do all the kind of drifts, right? So that's a great that's a example there I want to say. But all I'm trying to say, and all I'm trying to point across here, idea is the big vision. Okay, I want to build a store for people who love football, and just go all into that. I want to build a store of people for spiritual industry, or a blue collar, or dads, or for grandfathers, or or for this idea. Just go full on in that. You get your creative time, spend like 30 minutes or an hour, generate a design, sit back, relax. You don't have to do anything on that. So far, does that make sense to you? Is this the Do you find value? Because right now we didn't even cover the product listing part, that Ali is now going to cover that. But so far, does that make sense? And I hope you got a lot of value from this, because I've been trying to put all these things together to make sure it works and make sure it's simpler for you to implement step by step. And we'll be giving you these handouts as well after the training, so that we take your feedback very seriously, guys. And I just want to say that, right? Not just me, our team, me personally as well, Ali, Paul, Sarah, our entire development team, our support team. We take every response and every feedback. Sometimes, it can be like, okay, I just said this and it's not working. I understand, and I apologize for any for any issues that you face. But we take every response and your constructive feedback, or constructive criticism, as we call it, right, very seriously. And down the line, we all have these maps. I wish I can show you the entire chart and the vision we have for this, but as the time passes, you are going to be amazed by it. Because my goal is we're not just building the artistly AI image generator and all that kind of stuff, right? They're already out there. It's probably not gonna get you anywhere, right? What we are building is an army of AI agents that takes you from an idea to a finished product in one click that will sell. Because the idea, right? Because here's the idea, right? And I kind of get very frustrated with this. A lot of people give it this, oh, just generate the design and it will sell. No, it's not going to. You gotta feed the data, the real life data, what is already sold, to design. So learning, right? That's what we call it, right? Learning from the success, right? As what we call it, right? Learning. Because if you're just focusing on quantity, what's gonna happen? Nothing's gonna happen. Like, you're just gonna, because again, see, 0 multiplies by 100 is still 0, right? If you think about it, right? What we need is these powerful designs and these unique designs that evoke emotions, that did that curiosity, that people will love to say, hell yeah, I wanna wear this. I want this for my dad. I want this for my mom. I want this. I want this for my grandfather, and then that sells, guys. And that's what all the big companies, they know that, and that's why they're $1 billion company. That's the only difference from a person doing, let's say, like $1,000 or a month in sales versus a person doing $1 million a month in sales. That person knows what sells, and we already gave you what sells. Because with AI, it's very easy to teach. We taught the AI, right? It took us some time, but finally we are there. And I'm glad that you're loving this. And any feedback, I'm open. Just be blatant with me, okay? Be blatant with our team. Just say, yes, can you please get this? Just be asked, right? Just say, this is not working, and we see this has been amazing. Just get that. And in our meta group, in our Facebook group, and everywhere, we are looking at all your feedbacks, and we're constantly updating, and we're constantly changing. We want to make sure that this is going to be the best, not just easy to use image generator out there, but the best way for you to truly utilize AI to build something meaningful. Now, we are not an AI image generator. That's so many out there. You can use any of that. The idea here is we need something that is actually valuable for you, that brings you value, that you can actually use and build something meaningful. Because otherwise, you can do anything with any one of them, right? Anyways, so that's the thing. I hope it provides you a lot of value. Now we're going to go to listening without wasting a lot of time. If you have any questions, I'm still here. I'm going to take some water. You're still here. I'm still here. You can let me know any questions, and I'll pass my mic over to Ali, and you can cover the product listing part. I know you have the this thing. I'm here, and we can just go. So, yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna start panicking. Yeah, Yash is still here, so everyone don't panic. Don't worry, Yash is here, so we're all gonna be all right. The ship will keep sailing with the captain. And the one thing I just want to kind of get this across to everybody, and I think a round of applause to Yash, because people don't understand. where Yash is, there's a time difference over for him right now. The poor guy, it's like midnight. So it just shows the dedication that, even the preparation. I'm quite jealous about his PowerPoint, if I'm honest. And I'm going to ask him how he was able to create it because it looks amazing. and so everyone's going to get access to that. We'll put that in the resource document as well. And being up at 12, anyone that knows it's exhausting. He's probably had a long day anyway, and just to come on and give you this free training, like he said, nothing's for sale. So it really goes to show, how everybody, especially Yash, is going above and beyond to give you the training that you heard today. So, have to give Yash a round of applause for that. Kudos to him. So just a quick recap. He made some very, very good points. Just to go back, he looked at initially coming up with the idea. Look, when you're coming up with your idea and you know what your niche is, just spend time thinking about it. It could be absolutely anything, any kind of profession, any category, whatever it may be. Only you know what your excitement may be, like your hobby or your passion that you can explore, or maybe it could be a topic where you think you could monetize and make money from. One key thing I think Yash will agree as well is that anytime you need help or difficulty, do not be shy. Go and speak to ChatGPT. Allow it to be your personal assistant, and it will help you brainstorm ideas. Right, Yash? That's another great way just to make things clear. So a really good point he mentioned as the example in using the Google keyword tool planner. One example was Father's Day. Now, using that free resource, obviously, you don't have to, it's not going to cost you any money. As Yash explained, that tool's there mainly for advertisers because that's how Google makes their money. Okay, but you're going to be smart and use the tool for your research so you can make money from Google for free. So Father's Day, yes, it was one example, but remember, you're not limited from that. Just think about, you can replace or switch over that example of Father's Day with, Mother's Day. We've got other events that are coming up, which I'll kind of show you. So I thought this is really important to share. So just go into Google and type in upcoming special occasions, okay? Because someone made a really good point, and I wanted to highlight that as well. So look at all of these national days. This is for US based. Remember, you're not limited. You can go into whatever country that's applicable to you, and you can actually target an audience or customer, essentially prospects from all around the world. So upcoming events, let's say we're currently in May. It's May right now. So we've got Mother's Day that is coming in 2 days, right? You've got Memorial Day, Father's Day, good example we covered. So what it is, you can pre-plan. And look, let's be honest, we do have a Mother's Day coming in 2 days. Now, for some of you, believe it or not, if you already understand the app itself and you understand the functionalities of it and you know how to do all of this stuff, you could probably switch it out really, really quickly and get those t-shirts out there ready enough in time. However, let's just say theoretically, let's put that aside. You've got the May the 26th, okay? So on May the 26th, as many of you will know, I guess I don't really know what happens in the States, but we've got Memorial Day. So guess what? You can probably plan ahead and get designs ready and catered for this. Are going to want probably t-shirts and apparel. So just don't think about just Father's Day or one occasion. You can map out a whole year in advance and be ready way before anyone else. Furthermore, before I go off topic, just don't think about yourself. Think about clients that are out there. There are business owners out there that might require these designs, and you can actually fulfill them a service or contracts to give them these designs so they can go sell it themselves. So you can cover it. You could do it either for personal sales or you could do it for clients. So just think about all the possibilities, whether it's national days or, you got different industries, like dentists might have a promotional period. Maybe you have softwares and apps and brands and giveaways that they give apparel products, whatever it may be. So I just want you to think of the whole context that you can plan this ahead of time, and it's very easy for you knowing what you have at your fingertips with Artisty. Now quickly jumping on to Google Trends, this will kind of link and then we'll jump in the other stuff. Okay, Google Trends. Now I want you to understand, this is a really, really powerful point. Like Yash mentioned, when he looked at Father's Day, it comes once a year. Everybody knows that it comes once a year. Let's just say theoretically you've missed one day. Now you got to wait a whole year. No, you're not going to be sitting around a whole year waiting with your designs, right? Because things change. Okay, so you have to be smart. And what you can do, another great way of making additional revenue stream, is you can leverage topics that are trending now and get those t-shirts out there, and you can monetize it. So it's just not about Father's Day t-shirts or Mother's Day t-shirts. You can make meme t-shirts. Okay, remember back when you had the new president, people were talking about it's all, talk of the town. So you can leverage trending topics, get your content out there because people love this kind of stuff. So Google Trends, I will definitely say go and explore. You've got a couple of tabs there trending now. That will allow you, just like Yash showed you with Google Keyword Tool Planner, you'll have the graphs. It'll show you how it's trending, if it's stable, things are spiking or they're going in that. And I believe if I go to explore, you can change one. You can have a look at one country or many countries. But let's just say with this US, let's look at exams. I guess education. So remember, school kids or teenagers, etc., etc. You can see. Look with this graph, it's kind of trending upwards. Okay, and they're going. I guess it will feed into when examination results come out, etc., etc. So you can imagine how cool would it be if you can make those T-shirts with I pass, blah blah blah. Yash actually brought up a really good strategy. You make those reels, those Pinterest pins, and even TikTok with those T-shirts, and then there's a link to, hey, go if you want to go grab this T-shirt. You're basically mocking it, isn't it? People are enjoying it, especially the talk of the kids. That with the call to action, it goes to the store for fulfillment. So print on demand, our key is we want to make sure that you're trying to spend zero money. You don't have to spend money on inventory. Okay, this is one of the key things. So when you're doing print on demand, some people typically they'll spend thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars of producing the design. First of all, obviously producing the design, coming up with the idea, but then they have to purchase the apparel, the clothing. And not only with the clothing, look, just have a look at this. This is obviously, we're going to look at one site like eBay. Look at all these different sizes. Now imagine there are owners out there that have to buy physical inventory in all these different sizes. And if they have to spend money up front without actually even knowing if it's going to make any sales. It's a very scary situation where many people have been affected with it. They lose money by doing this, by having stock up front. Now, what we're going to show you, I guess the step now that's going to be covered, we're going to be looking at whether it's eBay. Again, this is completely up to you what app or sites you want to have these listed on. Okay, whether it's eBay, we've got things like Etsy. You can sign up completely free. And then obviously we've looked at in the past things like Redbubble that you can also do. Redbubble is another good one. So with these sites, the intention is, or what the great thing about these sites are, they will allow you to list your products or your designs on their models or their catalogs. Okay. And when somebody makes a sale or when a sale is generated, they will do the fulfillment. Now, the next question many of you will probably be aware, or you may be asking, but what's the catch? I don't understand. Am I going to have to be paying money up front? So the key here is it's like a kind of joint venture partnership. You make sales, they're going to take a commission for doing the fulfillment, the printing, all of the hassle of support, all of that stuff. You will be essentially generating sales you wouldn't be making by yourself, essentially, without them. So it's a win-win situation. Just try to frame it in that in that way. Okay. Another site that Yash mentioned, we do have these things like Gelato, etc., etc. But the key ones I'm going to refer you to. I think these are the great ones. Okay. And I would definitely highly recommend you sign up to them because these are the ones I'm going to demonstrate to you today. And if we just scroll down, you'll see they have things like catalog. You can completely start for free, select a product, add a design, and start selling. Now, how this platform will specifically work as well, which I'll show you, is that this platform here, Printify, it will actually allow you to use sites like eBay or Etsy and many, many more. And you will then integrate those sites like eBay and Etsy into Printify. So Printify, just think of it as the umbrella. This is the factory. Now, the factory is connected with eBay or Etsy. So when a sale is generated from Etsy or eBay, they will send, you don't have to do anything. eBay or Etsy will send the information back to the factory. Hey, these are the orders that have come in. Then Printify goes, okay, let's go ahead and let's go and fulfill the orders that have come in. So all that communication is all syndicating, and that's the great thing about it. You don't need to be a coder. You don't need to be an expert. You don't even need to get professionals involved because you can actually do this. Whether you're technically challenged like I am, Yash is as well, all of this stuff we learn. Okay, just by simply going to the support, you can watch videos. There's so much documentation, which I would say avoid the documents. Yeah, go through it, but YouTube videos. There are people that are showing you how to walk you through this process, and then it's very, very easy after that. Now let's get into the juicy part. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like. Now, from the first glance, when you're first in there, it looks a little bit scary. I do agree. However, let's be honest, when you got into Artistly, everything becomes a little bit daunting for the very first time. You feel a little bit overwhelmed, but as you go through this, then things become a little bit more easier and everything becomes familiar. So straight away, we've got a couple of key things here. We've got dashboard, catalog, products, orders, wallet. So it's essentially a processing plant. This is where you can manage all of your stores. You can manage the money that comes in your wallet. You can see all the insights, the data, everything you can imagine will be all within your dashboard. So if you're coming here for the first time, once you've created your account with Printify, make sure you have your wallet set up and your money set up, basically, because you want to get paid. Now, next, we want to go to store settings. Okay, this is where essentially you're putting what's the name of your store. And then what we ideally want to do, if we go here, okay, so when you do come in, obviously you go to your settings, but I'm going to go here, okay, at the very top. I've already got 2 stores integrated. One of them is Etsy and one of them is eBay, obviously for demonstration purposes, see how this is going to work, okay. Now you've got something called manage my stores, but I'm not going to do that. I want to show you, I'm going to try to put this in a way if this was me coming for the very first time, as you would, okay? So if I select add new store, this is where the magic happens, okay? Because I hope everybody has like a basic Google account. You don't have to have a Google account, and I'll explain why. I want to make my life as simple as possible. Now, having a Google account, as everyone probably does have, a lot of these sites will allow you a very quick one-time access in terms of easy one-time login just by using Google. Okay, so you just click, okay, if you've got your already account signed in, logged in, you just click a button and it says, okay, you're connecting with Google, and it's done. Really easy process. Now, here I have Etsy connected. We've got things like Shopify, TikTok, okay, TikTok as well, Amazon, Printify, which we're on, but they have something called Pop-Up, eBay, that's another one that we had. We've got Squarespace, Wix, WooCommerce, and you've got BigCommerce, PrestaShop, and plus something called API. I know it sounds a little bit complicated. However, what this essentially means is that any other stores that might not be listed here, they will have something called an API, essentially a key, little key. You get it, you can come across here and you can actually use an API key and connect to any store if it's not mentioned here. But the other ones, obviously, it's a much easier process. You can see, or you would have to go through the list and you just have to follow the simple prompt of, look, if I go to Etsy, I've already got it connected, but what it'll do, it'll actually add a little pop-up, which you can't see, but it'll say, would you like to connect your account? That's it. A little pop-up comes up. Hey, you want to connect your account, enter username, password, and that's it. Okay. So there will be questions. I will try my best to go through them, but not to derail the train of thought. If you just kindly remember them, and we'll address them at the end. So, I know what will happen. There'll be so many jumping around on different topics and questions where we get lost in all of this. Now, once I've done all of this, what happens next? So once I've done all my integrations, this is where the magic happens. So if I come now, I've got all my stores connected. I've got my Etsy store connected. I've got eBay store connected. I can add as many as I want. Now, if I come to this drop down, I can select which store do I want to update. So if I go to Artistly, okay, you can see these are some of the things that I've created. Okay, we've got a t-shirt, a mug, t-shirt. I know we're talking about t-shirts, but remember, those designs are not limited just to t-shirts. We've got a whole array of catalogs. You're not just this is the beauty of using Artistly, and especially with sites like this, that we can actually create merchandise. You can create, so to make things even much bigger without overwhelming you, when we're talking about t-shirts or tees, think about, you could create a clothing brand. It's not just about t-shirts. Think about the bigger vision. Just imagine you create a signature clothing brand. Like Yash mentioned, you had things like Gymshark. The guy started, very young guy out of school, I think high school, and he started from his mum's garage. Now it's $1 billion brand, okay? And it all started with something so simple that he probably didn't even imagine or envision. And at that time, a lot of his stock he had to pay for upfront. Now, guess what? We're so far ahead now where we don't even need to buy stock up front. You actually have that ability now by using print on demand services like what we're looking at now to fulfill that. So, you know, I want to be a little bit firm in what I say in the fact that there are literally, if you really think about it, there's no excuses why anyone can't do this. I mean, the costs are essentially nil. If you really think about it, you've got Artistly. What other expenses are there? Okay, the only expenses I would imagine is going to be your coffee jar of making a coffee. Okay, or maybe buying a pair of socks to keep your feet warm while you're busy making money. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, you might have miscellaneous expenses. But coming back to the key thing, okay. So I want you just to imagine now, all of these done are there. I guess the next thing is, let me just show you Artistly, this one here, and this is something that I want to show you on this very call. You probably were aware, Yash actually showed the design about rooted in faith. That was more, towards motivation, maybe religious, spirituality, etc., etc., etc. He sent me the design very quickly, straight away. Guess what? A 2-second job. I can put that design on a t-shirt because it's a PNG. Remember, I can customize the t-shirt. I can change the background. And the beautiful thing is that with Artistly, we can actually have our own professional mock-ups and models showing the product. Now, one thing that just to key in with what Yash was showing you with the advanced editor, when you're creating these designs, this is a brilliant, powerful extension of the designs that not only are you creating these like 1080 by 1080 graphics, but remember, you can actually expand these images. You can expand that initial image, and you could essentially add more subjects and more t-shirts and models into that one singular image. So you could showcase the front of the t-shirt, the back of the t-shirt, or multiple different t-shirts in the range of the t-shirt brands, or whatever memes or whatever topics, whatever trends that you are going. Maybe you're doing farming, maybe you're doing health, maybe you're doing fitness, maybe you're doing animals, pet, cat, dogs, chiropractor, doctors. So just think there's so many applications with this. But yeah, just coming back quickly to this, you got that t-shirt, the back. I didn't add anything, don't need to, keep it nice and simple. And you can just see this is how they were created. But obviously with Artistly, we can make this even better. We can improve it. We can add more models in one. And it will do it all for you. Now, for me to do something like this and create it. So when you create your account and you've got your account set up, all you're simply going to do is come to catalog. Now, the section of catalog, why it's a brilliant section, they want you to make money. You have to understand the way this platform will make money is when you make money. So they will try their very best to give you all the available data of what's actually working, what are best sellers. We've got special occasion gifts coming up. We've got Mother's Day, Spring Essentials. It's just like what Yash mentioned about Google Keyword Planner tool. The reason why they're advertisers, they make money when you make money. So it's in their interest to give you as much data as possible so you can go out and you can create these campaigns, these designs, and get things out there. Okay, so the more sales are generated, they make money, you make money. It's a win-win. That's how these platforms operate. Okay, so coming back to something like this, as very, very quickly, this will also invite you to think about maybe designs that you didn't even consider, whether it's just t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, and the list goes on. You're probably familiar with this anyway. If you want to go a little bit further, yeah, you got things like mouse pads and other items like bags and socks. We have seamless pattern designs, and you can make that one t-shirt design, and in that brand, you can then add it into a hoodie. Okay, you can do maybe some branded bottoms that all are linked in to that initial t-shirt design that can even go to a mouse mat, a towel, blanket, curtain rail, or even, I don't know, maybe Yash sleeps with his, teddy bear, bed covers. He could add that. So that's another good topic. For children, you could have a whole children brand that you could create from scratch. Very powerful stuff. Not only are you doing t-shirts, and I don't want to go off track, but remember, we got kids' storybooks. So not only are you doing the physical aspect of the products of t-shirts and stuff, but then you could add it in with kids' storybooks. So you could create a whole genre, right? A whole empire just based on these basics. And, what I'm trying to do without trying to cause you overwhelmed. Just think of so many different applications using Artistly. But remember, let's keep this simple, I guess. Let's keep this one step at a time. Okay, so let's just say I come to catalog and I think, okay, let me start building a t-shirt. I go to, okay, let's select t-shirt. And again, it will give you so many different options of different styles of t-shirts, and you'll see even the pricing of it. So for this one, let's just say I want to go for the most expensive, because the better the, I guess the higher cost of product means a better distribution or a commission essentially, or sales that we make, the better amount that I am going to get. But then you can get the lowest, highest, or you can do low, medium, low, mid, and high region. Or you can do it for all of them and see which one sells the best. The ones that aren't performing, like split testing, we stop what's not working, and then we just sell what is working. So for this one, as a very, I guess, quick example, you can see it's telling me it's a bestseller. I select the t-shirt, I just simply click it. Now it's going to give me all of this information. And when I looked at it, sometimes you're like, oh, there's so much to read. But to be honest, the key thing here is, look, just start designing, and it will explain, the fulfillment option, how it's going to do the methods, faster delivery, and all that other key information that you would want to know. So why this information is important, if I guess they're going to deal with it anyway, but it's just good to be familiar with. And look, frequently sold together. So it's telling you with the t-shirt, you can make a hat with the same consistent, congruent design. Okay, it's brilliant. It's telling you, because again, it's like another upsell. So coming straight to the top, let's just start designing, just really show you how simple this is. You'll have, look, this is the canvas of what the t-shirt's going to look like. And to the left column, we've got a couple of tabs there. You can upload. It does have AI as well. You can add text. You've got your library and all of this stuff. So if I go to upload, I can go to my device. Let's see, is it going to open up? And what I'm looking for, let's just say... yes, I know what I'm looking for. Yash's design that he sent me over. So in my millions of messy designs all over the place, let's go ahead and let's look on the desktop, which is cluttered. Perfect. Okay, so there you go. Uploaded. Boom. That's how quick it is. Now, the good thing is you're thinking this is small. Now, with the ability of upscaling, just, upscaling will allow best clarity for the image. Obviously, we're trying to work within the grid. So I'm just going to slightly scale this up. And then I'm just going to move it within the grid. There you go. It's locked in. And if I want, I could probably be happy with that. That's showing there. Now what I can do, so I'm not just stuck. So PNG-Y works well. I can make different versions of the same t-shirt. I've got different colors that we can do. So select different variants. So you can see how they look. Okay, I can select what sizes as well. And then let's see, black, khaki. And another tip is, obviously, this is maybe taking a little bit too far. Don't be afraid even to ask, ChatGPT or AI, like, what's the best trending colors? Like, what's the most popular color? What is it people like? Or link into psychology, okay? Because sometimes the design that you have, even the color choice is important, because how the psychologically has the impact of someone. So say, for example, if you're talking about food or something spiritual, maybe you need an orange calming or blue color that's soothing. I mean, it's a lot to think about. I'm not saying, but anything that can help with this information using AI that's going to allow you to drive even more sales, why wouldn't you do it? That's what essentially, it's marketing, isn't it? We have to think above and beyond. We have to think with our thinking hats. How can we improve sales by, just making these small little changes? Sometimes these little tweaks can go a very long way. So let's just select one color. Okay. Let's stick with black, actually. The reason black, let's get rid of all of these ones now. Black was just nice and strong and right in your face, wasn't it? And it worked really, really well. Let's go for this one. Let's just go for this one, black. Yeah. Okay. Oh yes, you can. Obviously, you can do the back, etc., etc. But I'm not going to do that now. We've got a nice green there as well. So because I chose black and the grass color, I guess you can see it's giving me those two options. Now, if I go back, I can actually add more colors if I want, and this is how it's going to be displayed. Now, here's a good thing. You can view a tutorial, so everything's there for you, so you never get confused. Now, what I need to do, okay, And look, it's even giving you guidelines. So many people say, what are the guidelines? Oh, do I have to go to this site to get the guidelines, the specifics of, maybe the quality of it? It's all there, very easy. And if you ever get stuck, not only can you go to the sites themselves and watch their content, but go on YouTube. People have made free videos just showing you the complete walkthrough as an example, just to make life easier, okay? Once I've done this, simply save selection. Just remember, you've got your eBay account set up. Everything's integrated. You've got your Etsy account. It's just a basic, the flow of creating a name. Remember, even ChatGPT will help you walk you through the process, maybe coming up with a good shop name, the title. Obviously, then you need your banking information. Obviously, we're not going to go through it on this call and put banking information on there. But it's just a simple 4-5 step process of putting all that together. And then it's just once you've connected it, you're good to go. And it will look exactly like this. Now, once I've done that, it says save as a draft, but before I do any of that, it actually allows you to put a title in, like a good listing title is clear, concise, blah, blah, blah. Okay, as you would expect. Now, what you can do, if you have, obviously, if it's going to be a theme title, maybe it's got text on there, don't be afraid of taking all of this, okay? Take all this text, go in ChatGPT and explain, I've just made a design, this is the design, and I need to update the description and theme it around the title of the design. And it will do all of the description. You don't need to be a copywriter, right? You can allow AI to be your expert copywriter and try the best to create the description and even the title, because it says, look, title, right? You want to have something engaging. You've got that pattern interrupt. Maybe it's the theme title. Have it. The title itself could be linked in with the theme of the t-shirt. Really, little adjustments like this. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying, if you want to make life easier, if you want to really stand out, to the prospects, essentially the market. Now, once I've done all of that, you can see if you have limits, I guess you can put them in. But once you go through them, you can select all or whatever. You can edit the price if you want a bit higher. It's completely up to you. Once you've done that, I'm just going to save it as a draft, and I'll explain why. I'm not going to publish it just yet because I want to show you how it's going to appear and look like. Okay. So here you can see, obviously, I didn't click all of them, so some of them are going to be out of stock, which is fine. Once you do that, then that will disappear, but the rest are all in stock. Now, you can actually click this button and it will actually just publish. It will get it ready and it's all done. That's it. Or if I select this here, and actually what I'll do, let me actually publish. I'm just going to go ahead and let's just publish. So what this means, once I publish it, it's live. My eBay account or the eBay account where it's Artistly, it's going to essentially get this all out there onto the open market. Now, let me just select this because this is a really cool action. But before I do that, I'll give that a few moments. So it has to publish now. Now, the process, just think about what it's doing right now. It's integrating everything to the factory, to the fulfillment society, the fulfillment service. It's connecting to everything, the whole infrastructure, the whole services. It's communicating with their support, their delivery, the whole setup, about the t-shirt, the printing, the designing, the whole process. It took less than 30 seconds, but what it's done in the background, it's mind-numbing. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just select this and I go to more actions. Now why am I going to do more actions? Now what I can do, remember I have 2 stores. Why am I going to waste my time and go to the other store now and duplicate all the t-shirt creation? I don't have time for that. No one's got time for that. So what I do to make life a little bit easier for me, I go to copy to the other store. And you can see, look, it's just going to confirm, yeah, I got the Etsy store, and I select copy products. Now, come on, just be very honest. How hard was that? Right? Very easy process. And what I can do, let's have a look. Let's go to the Etsy store, and we should see the green one. There we go. The green one is there. Easy process. I mean, it saved a lot of time. I don't need to go through it. Now what I do, I go click and publish. That's it. Okay, publish. And what you will have to do so when you publish these items, sometimes it may take some time, not that long. Maybe I think last time I tested this about 5-10 minutes, maybe a bit longer. Just depends. Where the t-shirt will be then synced, and then it will be placed into your store, your eBay store, Etsy store. So let me show you what that will look like. So here at the top, you can actually see the live store. So once I select visit store, this is the store where it's actually there. And check this out. Look how quick that was. Our t-shirt is now live in our Etsy store, right? No need to live with the t-shirt we just done. We've got hoodies, we've got a mug there, we've got loads of stuff. Okay, so this is another key point. Why I can't expand it, I have to put banking information in. So always make sure you have your banking information before it starts processing. You can't buy until you put your banking information. So for the purpose of this session, I didn't put the banking information, but to explain it to you, because you will encounter this problem. And I know everyone's going to put their banking information, okay? But for the visual representation, this is what it's going to look like. This is how your t-shirt will appear. And before it's active or live where people can make sales, you have to have your method of payment of how you want your money set up. Okay. So look, I've got
Yeah.
my t-shirt. Sorry, go on, Yash.
Yeah, sure. You continue, and then I'll add one more thing here.
Okay. So, these were very quick ones we done before. Look, I got a little hoodie there. These took like 2 seconds. I was just playing around and testing, making different designs. Now we've got, obviously, I can't explain. There's so many brand new features, especially in the design element, the mock-ups. I mean, the designs will go through the roof now. Now, just very quickly coming back, if I go to my eBay account, okay, you can see it's all published. Again, I go back to the store. Let me see what's in there. And it's, everything's syndicated. Wherever I push, whatever you're creating, you don't have to manually come in the store and start copying, pasting, and building. Because I try to do it manually. If I'm completely honest, I pulled out half my hairs because it takes a little bit of time. It's a bit frustrating. Just imagine every time I want to go add a product to come through the process one by one, title, listing, description, how much it's going to be, the size of the blah blah blah. Nobody wants to do all of that stuff. So just having a site like Printify as one example. You saw how the process was so quick. Simply come to the catalog. I find whether it's men's clothing, women's clothing, any item that I have, I start building it out. I'll just quickly show you hat. Okay, find a nice little hat, whatever it is. Okay, start designing. Same process. If you've got a design template, you could have a look at it, but you're just gonna then where's it gone? Okay, you upload your image, the image go in there, you resize it, and then you just save it, or you add a different color. That's it. So Yash, go on. What were you gonna mention before? I know
Yeah,
because you'll forget.
yeah, exactly. So that's the whole process, guys, right? Now, if you remember, we did that first process of finding the keywords, right? And that's where now it comes aligned, where now what you can actually do is you can edit these titles, right? Because it has, I think, like a normal title, like a unisex cotton tee, right? Now you can actually add those t-shirt, like those t-shirt titles, so that what happens is whenever somebody searches on marketplaces like Etsy, eBay, and all that, you come on the top rankings. Not just that, but you get suggested by other people rankings and all that, right? So that is the power of that. And that's what we are trying to drive home here. Basically, is you can get those t-shirts, get those keywords, get those things already drilled down, and then you already build upon that, so that when the final time of listing coming up, yeah, by the way, replays, I know this training has been almost 1 hour and 40 minutes long, and before we kind of make it like longer, but the whole idea is this, right? Is what we love, right? um what we love Okay, what we learned here, right? We learned the process. Okay, I'm gonna go through that my sheet again just to understand, right? So this is a replay. Okay, this is a recap of what we learned today, right? So I'm gonna share my screen right now, show you. This is what we learned today. Okay, this is what we learned. We learned how you can find your niches like Google Trends, your search suggestions, your audience insights, your keyword planner. We learn how you can create your ideas using Artistly, create bulk generations, multiple ideas. We learn how you can visualize those t-shirts and visualize any markups, any designs, any logos with virtual markups, making your profession, basically making your appearance professional, increasing conversion rates. And we talked about how to prepare your files for print on demand, how you can convert it to 300 DPI, upscaling them, removing the background. And then we talk about, we did talk about this first, but then Ali just showed and saw about Teespring, Redbubble, Etsy, eBay, Printful, Printify, how to connect with it. And then we covered how you can promote this using like Pinterest strategy and then Instagram strategy using this try reel hack. The idea here is, guys, right? And we could go on and on, but the idea here is the main concept and the philosophy of this thing is basically you know that this is a vision. This is where we're going forward. Okay, I want my store to be branded and to be customized for this to our audience group. I'm gonna start building off of that. I'm just gonna spend my creative time, 30 minutes a day, or an hour a day. I'm gonna create all these designs, have them ready, and boom, there you go. That is the power. And by the way, this is already live in your applications. You can go right now, have fun with it, start using it, start playing with it, and yeah. So that is the power of it. And thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. By the way, as soon as we end this training, the replay will be available right after retraining this training, so you can rewatch it, retune it. The whole idea is, the step-by-step approach to start creating your thriving, your profitable t-shirt print on demand, not just t-shirt business, but any print on demand business using Artistly AI. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you loved it. And thank you so much for spending your precious time with us till the very end. Thank you so much, Ali, for coming on this webinar, sharing some really interesting insights and strategies with product listing. And thank you so much, everyone, for once again spending your precious time with us till the very end. I know sometimes it can be overwhelming. I know sometimes it can be like, we're not getting to the point. Sometimes AI does not listen to you. You just kind of retweak that, refit that, and it will work perfectly, right? So that's the thing, and the guide will be dropping that in the description once we roll the replay out on the webinar. Sorry, on the replays platform as well, and on YouTube you can watch that right away as we end it. So once again, thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you in the next session anytime. Artistly V5 can drop anytime. Human Pal V2 can drop, and anytime Video Express V2.0 can drop. So keep your notifications on, keep your eyeballs on, keep checking your emails, because I'm coming, guys. We're coming with some crazy updates, and it's very exciting because because it goes a lot of into this process. I love this process when you guys give me feedback. We internally, Ali, me, and our team internally strategize about this, come up with a solution, and then it's just the whole process. We'll share that someday. But yeah, so for now, you enjoy this thing and you play with it, and I'll see you in the next session with again a golden nugget training full of golden nuggets. So perfect. I'll talk to you in the next one. We'll talk to you in the next one. Till then, take care of yourself, your family, your health, and yep. See ya. And last words you want to say,
No,
Ali?
just everyone, please give a shout out to Yash, because 12. It's 12 o'clock there. And, it's not easy. What time did you wake up?
Today,
Yeah,
7 a.m.
look, the guy's been up since 7 a.m. and I mean, you have to give him a round of applause, because when you get to that, like after you hit 12 hours plus, yeah, you start hallucinating. So no, he done a brilliant presentation. I mean, I loved even the many people have asked, like, how did you do the presentation? It was so nicely crafted. So that stuff people don't realize, like, it takes time for prep work just to put that together. People don't realize. So I recognize it. So I say you've done a brilliant job, because I want to know how you did that. It's very nice. So the effort. Sometimes it's nice to get appreciated about the effort that you do. So 100%, everybody can see that as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. So thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys in the next training. Take care.